Welcome students, welcome to the new session today. So today what we'll be covering, so the topic name is preposition, right? So preposition, what it is and how do you use it? You use it maybe for the sentence corrections, you can use it for FIBs, maybe you can get one or two questions in clues test also, right? So what happens is your maybe the prepositions will sound very easy for you to understand, but what happens is sometimes we get confused where to use what kind of preposition, right? Or there could be multiple ways also. So now let's see the definition of preposition. So the preposition, like its name says, it talks about the position. It talks about the position. So word placed before a noun or a noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by it stands in regards to something else, right? So this is the preposition. So it is generally used when? It is generally used before a noun or a pronoun, right? So what happens is you will see in the next slides you will see that one preposition could be used at a multiple time in the multiple places. Like one could be used for displaying the preposition of place. That same could be talking about the preposition of time, right? So that is how they are being used. Now let's see the next slide here. So here we are talking about what? Preposition of time. So when we want to denote the time, so what all prepositions we need to use. So now let's see the preposition on here. So I was born on July 4th, 1982. So when I am talking about the year I was born in, right, the time I am denoting here, so which preposition will I use? I will use the preposition on here. Now the second is I was born in 1982. So when I am talking alone year, so what will I use? I will use the preposition in. Here I would not use on. But when I was talking about the month of the year, so that particular time I was using on preposition. The next is I was born at exactly 2 a.m. So what is the time here? 2 a.m. But why am I using at? Because at is used for specific period of time. When my time is specific and a point there, so what preposition will I use here? I will use the preposition at. I was born 2 minutes before my twin brother. So what is the preposition here? Before. So when I was born 2 minutes before. When did I take birth? I took my birth just 2 minutes before my twin brother. So this is what? This is the preposition of time. I was born after the Great War ended. So when did I take birth? After the Great War ended. So here this after is talking about again the preposition of time. Now next example is I first met John in 1987. It is very similar to the second example. It's always cold in January. So I have already informed you that whenever I am talking about the month of the year, so when I am talking about the month of the year, so I always use in. If I am talking about preposition of time. Now Easter falls in spring each year. So when in spring, so whenever I am talking about the season, so at that particular time also I use the preposition what? In for denoting the time. The Second World War occurred in the 20th century. So when I am talking about the centuries, when, so then also I will use the preposition in for displaying the place, time. We eat breakfast in the morning when I am talking about like morning, evening, afternoon. So periods of time, so period of the day. So what will I use? I will use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. I will not use on morning, at morning, if it is not a specific context. So what will I use here? We eat breakfast in morning. Now let's see the next slide here. For days, dates and specific holidays, use the preposition on. Like we have already discussed in the examples. Right? So we go to school on Monday but not on Sunday. So yes, definitely when I am talking about the weekdays, like I have already covered. So when you are talking about the weekdays, you already used what? You already used on. Christmas is on December. When I am talking about the specific month of the year. So I celebrate my birthday on 31st of so and so month. Buy me a present on my birthday. When? On my birthday. Special occasion here. Right? Now families often argue at Christmas time. When? Christmas time. A specific time we are talking about. At what particular time? Christmas time. So definitely I am using my at because I am talking about a very specific period of time here. So here I will be using at. I work faster at night. Again I am being specific. So that is the reason I am using here at. Now her shift finished at 7 p.m. Then again I am being very specific at what particular period of time? At 7 p.m. So that is the reason I am using the preposition at here. Now before after should before and after should be much easier to understand than the other. Examples of preposition of time, right? So when something happens or will happen, but specifically in relation to other things or another things. So not going into the details here, let's understand with the help of examples for the clear picture. We will not leave before 3 p.m. So what is happening here? I am talking about the time here that when I would not leave from here before 3 p.m. This class will not be over before 2 p.m. So what happens is here I am talking about the time and specifying the time moreover. David comes before ran in the line but after Louis. So here also I am talking about after, right? So this is what again the time. So here I can see the examples. Let's see this example. He usually arrives around 3 p.m. So this is also specifying time, neither the exact 3 nor less than 3. It could be around, it could be 2:55 or it could be 3:10. So somewhere around 3 p.m. I learned how to ski during the holiday. So during is what? During is again specifying the time. When did I learn ski? I did learn ski during my holiday. So when my holidays were going on, so I learned how to ski. Right, so the store is open until midnight, so that means it is not specifying the exact time, but it is talking about that until midnight it is open. You can go in. Midnight means it is 12 o'clock, so that means rather specifying 12 o'clock, so they are talking about midnight. So this is the other example of this time preposition. So the next preposition that we will be talking about here is preposition of place. So now here we are concentrating on place, right? So in the last slides we were talking about the time preposition. Here we will be specifying what? Place preposition. So on is used when referring to something with a surface, right? When I am talking to I am referring to a surface, I will use a preposition on here. The sculptures hang on the wall. So where? On the wall. So here what it is specifying? My place. Where it is on the wall. The images are on the page. Again, where it is located? It is located on the page. The specials are on the menu, which is on the table. What is the location of the menu? The location of the menu is lying where? On the table. This is the surface or the place that we are talking about. Right, now let's imagine if I don't use any preposition here, so you would not know that what is the exact location of the menu or maybe the specials where they are mentioned. In is used when referring to something that is inside or within confined boundaries. Right. Now let's see the example here. Jim is in France visiting his aunt in the hospital. So where is he? He is in France. When we are talking about the specific boundaries. So where is he located? He is located in France. Right? And where is he? Why is he visiting here? Because he is visiting his aunt in the hospital. So this is the other example of place using in. So what is the preposition we are using here? We are using the preposition in here. The whiskey is in the jar in the fridge. Where it is? It is in the jar. And what is the location of the jar? The location of the jar is that it is in the fridge. The girls play in the garden. What is the location of the girls? Where are they? They are in the garden. Right? Now before I tell you what is the difference between at, let's see the in and inside. For example, if I say I am in a class and I am inside the class, then what is the difference? When I say I am in a class, that means maybe I am attending this particular event. Could be, I am taking the class maybe in the garden, maybe this is the class is an event, maybe it is happening in the garden or maybe in the conference hall, it could be anywhere, right? So here in is specifying nothing but the event. But when I say inside the class, so that means I am physically available in a closed compact room with a rooftop, wherein maybe I am just sitting but my location says that I am inside the class. So this is a quick difference between in and inside. Now let's see the next one. At is used when referring to something at a specific point. Now let's see here. The boys are at the entrance at the movie theater. Where are they? They are at the entrance and at the movie theater. So what it is specifying? It is specifying the exact place of whom? Of boys. Where are they? They are at the entrance and are at the movie theater. Right? So it is a specific place that we are talking here. He stood at the bookstop at the corner of Water and High Street. So where is he? He is standing where? He is standing at the bus stop. Right? So we will meet at the airport. Where will we meet? We will meet at the airport. Agar मैं बोलूँ in the airport, so that means I would be, inside the airport. But what I am specifying that I will meet at the airport. Maybe I will be standing at the gate of the main entrance. Now lots of other prepositions of place such as under, over, inside, outside, above and below are used in English. There is however a less confusion as they refer to rigid position than the abstract ones. So not only in, on, at, there are various other prepositions that we talk about in terms of place. We can use under, we can use over, we can use inside, we can use above, we can use outside. Where is she standing? She is standing outside the door. Why not to come inside? Where is she? She is inside the kitchen, or maybe where is the book? Maybe it is lying under the table, or maybe it is lying under the chair. So this is also talking about the places. So you can see the other prepositions as well: under, over, inside, outside, above, below. So these are what? These are also talking about the preposition of place. Right? Now let's see the next one. For example, the cat is under the table. Right? Put the sandwich over there. The key is locked inside the car. They stepped outside the house. Major is ranked above corporals. He is waving at you from below the stairs. Right? So these are the other few examples of the different above, below, above, inside, outside, under, etc., which we have already shared. Okay, the next slide says preposition of movement. Now this is very important to understand. The most commonly used preposition of movement is to. Right? So it is talking about what? It is talking about the movement of any sentence. Now let's understand with the help of example. Preposition of movement example in the following sentences are in bold for easy identification. So you can understand what we are really talking about. He has gone on vacations to, what is the movement here? What is the location here? And we are talking about France, to France. She went to the bowling every Friday last summer. So where is she going to? She went to the bowling. I will go to bed when I am tired. So here also I am talking about the movement. What is the movement here? I will go where? To bed. They will go to the zoo if they finish their errands. So what happens here? What is the movement here? Where they are leading to? They are leading to the zoo here. So this to is talking about my movement. The movement of me as an object is towards zoo. Now across refers to moving from one side to another, like across the river. When you try to move your place from one to other, at that particular time you use the preposition called across. Let's see a few examples here. Mike traveled across America on motorcycle. So here you can see across is talking about the movement here, right? Across. So you have also the next preposition through refers to moving directly inside something, right? Like walk through or moving through, right? So this is another preposition which talks about the directly inside movement, right? something that from the other end, right, from one end to other end when we talk about, and that is the direct movement. At that particular time you use the preposition through. The bullet shot went through the window. The train passed through the tunnel, right? So this is the through. This is through means one place to other movement. And how does it happen? It through the tunnel, it moved inside. Into refers to entering or looking into something, right? So that is how you use the preposition called into. When you're really moving into something, right? Or maybe it has a movement at that particular time, like a frog jumped into the well. That means what happened was he was in the motion and then he jumped into the well. So that is how, when there is a movement, that is when you use into. James went into the room. That means he would have been in the movement state and then he would have entered the room. So that is how you use the preposition into. The stare into the darkness. They stare into the darkness, right? Again the same usage. Also there are some other prepositions like up, over, down, past and around, inside directions of the movement here. Like Jack went up to the hill, or Jack came tumbling down after. So this is again the same usages. We will travel over rough terrain on our way to grandma's house. The horse runs around the track all morning. A car zoomed past a truck on the highway. So this is again, it's very easy to understand that what is the main context and the crux of these particular prepositions. Right. So what we have done is, in these particular slides, I have tried to cover basic and important prepositions. Yes, we cannot deny the fact there are various other prepositions are also available, which you will be going through in the initial phases. So what we have done is, we have tried to amalgamate the important ones, when to use, where to use, right? And in case you come across any kind of problem or maybe any kind of query, you can obviously write us back on the email IDs you already have, right? So I'll be sharing this PPT with you. So maybe in near future you can have it and you can go back and see the content, can be of your help. So complete your exercise sheet, which we will be attaching with the content module. Also we'll be sharing the quiz. You should go through the quiz, right, and appear for the same in the timeline. And you have the videos with you in case you come across any kind of difficulty level. Please write us back. So till then, thank you so much friends. Have a nice time.